In a potential carjacking, you have to know how to use your car effectively to protect yourself from carjackers. Hi everyone, this is John with today's active self-protection lesson out of Nairobi, Kenya. It's the first time I have ever seen on video the effective use of an armored vehicle to protect a civilian. We're going to see here some important lessons about keeping your car doors locked, about knowing what to do during a carjacking, and how to use your car effectively to get yourself out of the danger zone. Another gated community here as we see this BMW pull in, and these folks are just trying to get in where they're at, but there is an ambush waiting to launch. And these guys both pull guns on them. You can just barely see, it's kind of pixelated. And they're trying to get their doors open, but these people don't really care. The description that I have of the video is that this BMW is actually armored. It's in Nairobi, Kenya. If you have the kind of money to have a BMW, you probably have the kind of money to get it an armored BMW. So that guy with a handgun doesn't really scare him because his doors are locked and he isn't really worried about it. So the guy's going to try to bash in his window a few times with the gun rather than shoot him with it, which I'm not sure why he'd do that if he actually had ammo in it, but the guy's had enough, goes ahead and pulls out. This one's over just that fast. A couple things we want to learn here about this. Number one, these transitional spaces of gated communities are very important. If you got to wait for a gate, you got to recognize that you are in a transitional space, and that's where ambushes happen. And so you got to be aware that you are more likely to face these kind of problems in these areas. So these guys pull out firearms and try to get into the car, which illustrates an excellent point. Always make sure that your doors are locked. Always make sure that the doors of your car are secured so that they didn't get in. If they'd have gotten in the car, didn't matter if it was armored, they were out of luck, but because the doors were locked, they were okay. Now, in this particular instance, this guy has an armored car, so he's not worried about the penetration of bullets. If you and I, if you don't have that kind of car, I sure don't, you want to get the heck out of there immediately. But of course, the worry here is he's got a gun pointed at him. In Kenya, they drive on the left, so the driver's side is on the right. But look behind him, he also has a guy back there. You got to recognize that you got to see what's going on behind you because it's not that bystander's fault. You don't want to hit that bystander. But at any rate, don't stay there this long. Instead, put it in reverse, get the heck out of there. You got to watch out for the bystanders, but get out of there with your doors locked so that you don't stay in the danger zone this long. All in all, great job of using his car effectively. Glad he had an armored vehicle. Glad his doors were locked so that nobody got hurt and he covered his ass.